Are you suffering from fertility, gynae, cognitive, brain function issues, or energy problems? In which case, you need to be eating this. This is chicken liver and it is an absolute superfood. So stick around, let me show you a 5-minute recipe of how to eat this stuff every day. Hey guys, what's up? If you're new to my channel, I'm Ashvi, a doctor, nutritionist, and master chef extraordinaire. Here on this channel, we don't just scratch the surface of health and wellness. Oh no, we go deep, super deep to discover the root causes of illnesses to then deliver you solutions that are safe, permanent, and more than likely free. So stay tuned as we embark on a wild adventure to health and wellness. When I learnt about miscarriages and not just miscarriages, but getting pregnant, general fertility, oh my goodness, in many ways made me angry, because we know that vitamin A, for example, is one of the most important nutrients because it's there to help make the baby's heart as well as the nervous system. So it's one of the most important things that we eat. And in the olden days, we always knew that. So couples who were trying to get pregnant, amongst other nutrients and vitamins, vitamin A was pushed on people, and liver is one of the highest sources of vitamin A. Yet when I was going through all my training, we were taught that liver is toxic. If you go back to any traditional cultures, you will see that not just liver, but offal, those kind of innards of the animals, which most people are so grossed out by, that's where the nutrition is at, and that's what's needed to help make a baby. Without further ado, I'm gonna crack on with making this pate and explain to you a little bit about how to do it as I go along. One of the biggest reasons I love chicken liver pate is because it's really affordable. So we are generally, as a society, grossed out by this kind of food. The first thing you've got to do is prep your livers. When you get your liver, you want to just try and pull out and cut out some of these kind of stringy or sinewy bits, as they would call them. And, you know, sometimes obviously there is a little bit of waste, but, you know, it's okay. So, you know, to be able to eat a food that is so high in protein and vitamin A and copper and zinc and B vitamins and you name it, it's literally Mother Nature's pill. So as you can see, there we go, that's looking a lot more easier to cook. So I'm just going to crack on. One of the reasons I love this pate in this dish is because it's really simple. Now, you know, when I was on MasterChef and whatnot, and I realized that I quite like chicken liver pate, and I tried to learn how to make it, and oh my God, the recipes were so complicated. All of them called for booze, some of them called for cream, and I'm not a lover of dairy. So to me, that just was like, oh, goodness sakes. And actually, you know what, to be honest with you, you don't need any of that. I have found, this is why I find this recipe so simple. Literally, your good old-fashioned onion, your good old-fashioned garlic, and obviously lots and lots of the really good stuff. So this is Lurpak, not Lurpak. Oh, this is Kerrygold, which is from Ireland. Cows are fed grass, so this is a really nutritious food. My goodness, we go through a block of these a week. So grab yourself a sharp knife and just chop this up. So has anybody ever shown you this this garlic trick? Get the heavy bit of the knife, bang it down, boom. Oh my goodness, sorry, my eyes are literally from the onion, so I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know actually what I just banged just there. Let's try again. Get your garlic clove down, get the heavy bit of the knife, I think it's called the heel, and just go boom. Oh, sorry, Rumi, I scared my dog. And ta-da, look at that. Look how quickly the skin comes off, right? So this is the kind of stuff that, you know, wish they'd teach at school. Right, so chop up your garlic. So get that going on a medium heat, and I just use a bit of olive oil to start with. Ideally, if I had some animal fat, that's what I'd be using right now. Look what I've just found in my fridge. So the last time I made a roast chicken, I made 2 roast chickens actually. I kind of like took all the juice off and made, well, actually that's the broth, that's chicken broth. And then I skimmed the fat off, so that's just rosemary in there though. I am gonna use some of this. I'm so lucky I've got some. Oh my God, this is gonna be the most tastiest chicken liver pate. Just look at that, it just literally comes off. It's so cool. In with that onion. You could even put some cumin seeds or some coriander seeds or something like that. Personally, I don't bother doing anything like that because, as I was saying, what I love is the fact that you can actually really taste the liver. I don't mind that. You know, one of the best things my mum did for me growing up was make me eat lots and lots of strong flavored food so that when I was an adult, I didn't really turn my nose up at much. I think that that is something I wish more people would persevere with. I'm not judging. I know parenthood is very hard and not everybody has that knowledge of nutrition. But if you do know, do something about it, right? I think cooking is the best gift I give my kid on a daily basis. She probably doesn't agree with me. So the onions are softening. I wouldn't say they're cooked, and that's okay. Put in a little bit of seasoning. They're quite nice and soft. And what you do is you try and make a little bit of room in the pan. Temperature's going to go up a smidge more. I'm going to use a bit more of this fat. I would use butter. I'm actually going to use butter afterwards now. So if you didn't have this, you could use goose fat, lard, dripping, or obviously ghee, coconut oil. This is one of my favorite bits of making the pate because you could literally stop it at this stage and just eat the livers like this. Don't overcook these guys. Think of them like steak. I just wanted to show you a bit closer. Can you see that pan is not overcrowded at all? Now, when I start turning these things, you're going to see, look at that. That beautiful brown caramelization is what is going to give a lot of flavor. And if I'd started, you know, moving these around too much in the pan at the beginning, they wouldn't caramelize, they wouldn't catch the heat. I hope that makes sense, right? And I hope people will stop just moving their food around so much. It's the same with vegetables. You know, if you're making a cauliflower steak or a miso aubergine or broccoli or anything, let it be. It's part of the cooking process. Let those sugars in the food, which is in a lot of food, look, even in liver, tiny bit though. But I really want to highlight the importance of not overcooking these things, okay? So I'm going to probably turn the heat up, turn these all over, and give it maybe just 2 more minutes. You can really hear everything sizzling away. Now, what you could, and I would definitely recommend you adding, is some herbs, okay? If you just want to add one more ingredient for health and flavor, some thyme, parsley, mint, anything. There you go. So that is, in my opinion, done. And I'm going to cut this liver so you're going to see what I mean by the fact that it's almost rare, medium rare as if you're making a steak. Yeah, I'm loving the texture of that personally. Let's give that a cut open. If it's not cooked enough, there's no biggie. I can just put it back in again. So here we go. Let's have a look. What do you guys think? I'm actually really happy with that. You can obviously overcook it if you want. I'm going to say it how it is. It is overcooked if you cook it any more than that. So butter is an absolute staple. It's in health food. I credit this kind of food to getting me pregnant. Not just getting me pregnant, having the best pregnancy I've ever seen. So that butter has melted. Can you see? This is a very messy way of doing it. Better to put it in a food processor. We have our pate. I know it doesn't look pretty, okay? Food doesn't always have to look beautiful, in my opinion. God, I say a lot of in my opinions, don't I? But look at the texture. That's still quite warm, actually. But oh my goodness, it is so tasty. Oh, that needs salt. And other than salt, it doesn't need anything. Oh my God, that's so tasty. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. You can put some herbs in, as I said. You can put some chili in. You can put in whatever. I'm really not a huge fan of loads and loads of rules with cooking. So you can run it through a sieve if you want to be really master chefy. You know, you can put it into like little cute little pots if you want to make it for a dinner party. I'm literally going to put this now into a glass Tupperware, put it in the fridge, and then I'll show you what that looks like. It's not pretty, but It's so tasty. I can't tell you how tasty this thing is. And there we have it. I'm going to let that come to room temperature because it's quite warm still, and then the minute it's come to room temperature I'm going to refrigerate it. As you can see, I'm getting ready in my glass Tupperware, and then I'll show you, as I said, what it's like. But there you go, chicken liver pate, an absolute superfood. If you're not eating offal because you find it just too hard, too tough, too strong, I do get it, I really get it. But this is why chicken liver pate specifically, even though it's not necessarily the most nutrient dense pate, ox liver, beef liver, lamb's liver, way more nutrient dense, it's just so easy, right? Most people buy this as a starter in a restaurant and whatnot. So I'll show you what it's like afterwards, but happy cooking. So here it is, guys, 24 hours later. You can see it's completely solid. You can see I've already eaten some, sorry about that. And let me show you what the texture's like. I love this. Honestly, I know it doesn't look good, okay? Let's refrain from being really rude about what it looks like. Oh, by the way, has anybody ever done their bread on a griddle pan or something rather than in a toaster with some olive oil on it? It's next level. Anyway, there you go. Look at that. So it's nice, it's smooth, it's so flavoursome, it's really simple, and it's so nutritious. Can you imagine eating this before you go off to work? Too good. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If there's anything you want me to cook, let me know. If there's any food clarification you need, let me know, and I'll see you next time.